Oh, wow. You can really feel how old this is inside. It's been around for many years. Ah, what did I used to keep down in the south again? That's right. The engine is perfectly fine. The original engine is from Beijing Jeep Model 492, which was actually a copy of a Soviet design. Just look at the air filter cap and the valve cover. Everything looks original and correct. Let's take a look at some more details. See this spot here, the lotus-shaped hinge? And this, it's the original 3-step door. The layout is basically the same as the old Beijing Jeep 212. The front windshield can actually be folded forward or even removed completely. There's the spare tire and the toolbox. Overall, it's been very well preserved. We definitely have to take this one home. The car's been stored in a warehouse all this time, so the body panels are still in good shape. It's a small, compact vehicle, really charming. I chatted with the owner a lot about this Jeep story, and I think it's a very meaningful piece of history, so I decided to buy it. All right, almost done? Master, let's move this generator aside first. We'll use that small cart. This way might take a bit more effort, but it's safe and convenient, and will save on forklift costs. Let's lift the generator a bit by hand and move it to the side. After more than an hour of hard work, we finally got this Beijing Mini Jeep loaded onto the truck. All right then, little Jeep, time to go home with me. Ha ha! The more I look at it, the more I like it. It's really beautiful with those clean, classic body lines. We finally got the Jeep back home, but by the time we arrived, it was already past 1 a.m. All right, brothers, that's it for today. Tomorrow, we start the restoration. This 1960s Beijing Mini Jeep has finally been pushed into my repair workshop. Let's see if we can bring it back to life in just one day. The original owner said the car was running when he parked it in the garage, so starting it up shouldn't be too difficult. Let's give it a try. We'll aim to get it running within a day. First things first, remove the spark plugs. Wow, the plugs are covered in carbon deposits. They're done for. We'll replace them all with new ones. Now let's use an endoscope to check the condition inside the cylinders. A lot of carbon buildup, and the piston walls are rusty. The cylinder walls are rusty. Let's pour some engine oil inside to help lubricate everything. Once that's done, we'll try rotating the crank manually. Many veteran drivers will recognize this oil pressurizer tool. We're not going to start the engine yet. Let's see first if we can turn it over by hand. As long as it turns, it burns. Our motto is, if it turns, it burns. All right, brothers, it's turning. It's a bit tight at first. It takes quite some force, but it's loosening up little by little. There we go, it's starting to move freely now. Feels smoother each turn. Okay, that's good enough. Let's put in a battery and see if we can fire it up. Time to open her up and test if she'll start. All right, brothers, let's try starting the car and see if it'll turn over. When we got here, the key was already in the ignition, so let's give it a shot. Hey, the fuel gauge lights up. That's a good sign. Ooh, there's some response. It's turning over. See that, brothers? That's it right there. Our motto, remember? If it turns, it burns. Next, let's check for spark. Take off the distributor cap. Okay, wiring looks fine, no issues there. Looks like the contact points or breaker points are oxidized. That's the issue. Let's clean those up a bit. It's been sitting for years after all. All right, perfect. Now we've got spark again. Haha! And with these old cars, you've got to use vintage short-type spark plugs. That's how they're meant to run. All right, let's disconnect the steel fuel line just to be safe. Now, we'll spray a bit of cleaner or starting fluid into the intake. Let's see if we can get it to catch. At the same time, disconnect the upper fuel hose so that old, dirty gasoline doesn't flow into the carburetor. Okay, everything's set. Now crank it. Let's see if this old Beijing Mini Jeep can fire up again after all these decades. All right, pour in a bit of gasoline, just enough to prime it. Okay, now hit the starter. Give it a few cranks. Come on, come on. Step on the gas. There we go. It's coughing. Trying to catch. Almost there. Let's keep it steady. A little more throttle. Yes, that's it. All right. The seventh door panel isn't sealing tightly. Keep cranking. Yeah, that's it. Keep turning it over. It's fine. Let it cough a bit. That's normal. Hold on, let me adjust the door gap a little. Okay, don't move. I'll close it up tighter. All right, go ahead. Try starting again. There. It's catching. It's coming to life. All right, haha, that's it, we've got it. This engine hasn't run in a very long time, so there's probably a lot of carbon buildup on the valve tappets, which could cause low compression. So let's reinstall the fuel lines properly, make sure everything's tight, then add coolant and fresh fuel. Once we get it running a bit, it should smooth out. Brothers, can you believe it? This 1966 Beijing Mini Jeep could never have imagined that one day it would be drinking 2024 gasoline. I wonder what it feels like right now. Let's find out. Haha. All right, let's flush the fuel system first. Those fuel lines must be full of gunk after all these years. We'll clean them thoroughly, and I've also installed a new fuel filter here to keep any dirty fuel from entering the carburetor. To everyone watching, if any of you used to drive, ride in, or repair one of these classic Beijing Mini Jeeps, drop a comment below and share your story. Thanks so much for the support. Look, the fuel's running clean now. Perfect. All right, let's start it up and see what happens. Look at that engine. It's running so smoothly. No problems at all. Steady and strong, just like it should be. All right, that's it. Perfect. After all that work, we finally got this 1960s Beijing Mini Jeep to start up. This was a long video, and if you've made it all the way to the end, you must really love classic cars like this one. Type 10 in the comments to show your support. Thank you so much for watching. That's it for today. I spent 1,600 yuan on transport to bring this little Jeep home. Yesterday, we already got the engine running, and today, we'll see if we can get it driving again within one day. Let's go for it. We've got this. Yesterday, when we started it up, everything was running fine. But today, when we tried again, it just died completely. It's probably because the car hasn't been started for such a long time. Maybe the starter motor got rusty or dirty inside. So let's take it apart and see what's going on. All right, brothers, the starter motor is out. And look at this. It's dated August 1965. Oh man, that's almost as old as my father. Let's pick up the pace and disassemble the starter to check exactly where the issue is. Ah, there it is. Found it. You see that? Right inside there. That's the culprit. Looks like the problem is that the coil housing of the starter motor has come loose, which is why it can't engage properly to start the car. Since we've already got it opened up, let's go ahead and inspect everything thoroughly. That way we can be sure and confident it'll work perfectly afterward. It hasn't been started for decades, so there must be a lot of rust inside. We'll service the whole unit while we're at it. Look at this part. It's covered in grime and sludge. We'll need to clean and maintain every bit of it, including the commutator and the brushes, which are also full of oil residue. Let's wash and polish it all up nicely before reassembling. We've applied lubricating oil to every component, making sure everything moves smoothly. After half a day of work, we finally got the starter motor fully reassembled. It's been such a long time since I last worked on one of these old gasoline starters, so I'm really curious to see how well it runs now. All right, let's mount it back in and give it a try. Hey, there we go. See that? It's working perfectly. Haha! No issues at all, brothers. This 1965 starter motor is finally back to life. Let's get it installed. When you work on classic cars like this, you'll run into all sorts of unexpected problems, and having a faulty starter motor is actually pretty common. That's why we always say, you've got to drive your car regularly. Keep it active. There's an old saying, a car isn't afraid of being driven, it's afraid of being left sitting. If you let it sit too long, the problems will pile up. Now that the starter motor's fixed, look at that engine, running smooth and steady. No issues at all. All right, that's good. Everything's coming together. Now we can add some antifreeze. The radiator's still full, but after sitting for so many years, it's definitely dirty inside, so we'll flush and replace it. The previous owner really took great care of this car. When we drained the old antifreeze, it was still clean and in good condition. That means the radiator and engine cooling system are also pretty clean, so we'll just replace it with fresh coolant and that'll be perfect. Okay, let's give it a try. Start the engine. There we go. Fires right up, no problem at all. Now let's check the clutch and brakes. The brakes feel okay, there's some pressure, but the clutch isn't responding. Looks like we've got no clutch pressure. That's normal for a car that's been sitting for decades. Issues like this are bound to show up. It's fine, since the engine's running well, this clutch issue is just a minor problem. Let's check if it's just out of hydraulic fluid. Yep, it's dry, and wow, just look inside. It's filthy, full of old gunk and residue. All right, time to clean it thoroughly and get that clutch system working again. Let's press the pedal a few times and see if we can get the fluid to flow down. Looks like the brake fluid reservoir is empty, so there must be a leak somewhere. All right, let's add some fluid and test it. We'll see where the problem is, and if it still doesn't work, we'll dig deeper. Ah, found it. The issue's with the clutch slave cylinder. It's no good anymore. Luckily, I still have a spare old stock part in storage. We'll just swap in a new one. That should fix it. Okay, brothers, it's working. Ha! Got pressure now. That's it. Perfect. Thanks, everyone. All right, let's wrap it up and tidy the place. Good job. After 2 days of hard work, we finally managed to get this 1960s Beijing Mini Jeep running again. I'm sure many veteran drivers and mechanics watching this video once drove, used, or repaired this very model back in their younger days, and you probably have a lot of fond memories connected to it. If you still have any old photos of yourself with a Beijing Jeep, feel free to share them in the comments. Let's all relive those good old days together and celebrate the spirit of our youth. Brothers, this Jeep is absolutely beautiful. Wow. Seriously, just look at it. Alright, next, let's analyze this car properly. The engine power and brakes are all working fine, but the body panels, they're really not in great shape. You can see rust everywhere, both inside and outside the car. So we'll have to completely disassemble it for a full restoration. To be honest, I originally wanted to keep it in its original condition. I actually love that naturally aged look, you know. A few rust spots here and there give it character. The engine still runs fine, so a little rust felt acceptable. But since so many of you have been suggesting that I fully restore it to like-new condition, I think you're absolutely right. Bringing this 1960s Beijing Mini Jeep back to the glory it once had would be a great project. So that's it. I've finally made up my mind. We're going to tear it down completely and rebuild it from the ground up. To remove the body shell, we first need to take off all the accessories attached to the engine. That'll make it much easier to lift it out later. A lot of people might not know what kind of vehicle this Beijing Mini Jeep actually is. Well, it's a prototype known as the Beijing 210, produced by the Beijing Automobile Works in the 1960s. Only a little over 300 units were ever made. This model features a two-door design and four-wheel drive with a top speed of 95 kilometers per hour, a fuel consumption of about 14 liters per 100 kilometers, and an impressive maximum climbing angle of over 30 degrees. It could accelerate from 15 kilometers per hour to 75 kilometers per hour in just 21 seconds, which was an excellent performance for that era. Fully fueled, it had a driving range of around 450 kilometers, and it came equipped with special waterproof electrical components, allowing it to ford water up to 1.2 meters deep. When you think about it, for this car to survive all the way from the 1960s until now, it's truly something special. That's why we have to completely restore it to bring it back to its original glory. Brothers, here's some great news. Check out the rear panels and the metal here. Only some surface rust, but underneath it's completely solid. That's incredible. This car's condition is even better than I expected, which means we can relax. Just clean up the rust and it'll be perfect. All right, brothers, let's keep at it. The more we disassemble, the more excited I get. The sheet metal is in fantastic shape. That means the restoration will be much smoother. Whenever I go looking for old cars, I love finding ones like this. Original body panels, untouched and solid. A 1960s Beijing Mini Jeep, and the metal still this good? Amazing! All right, brothers, no more talking. Let's pick up the pace and get to work. Running toward my beloved, hearing the organ's melody. Brothers, while I was driving, I found an unexpected surprise. Take a look here. I originally thought this was a special vertical grille version. But if you look closely, you can see cutting marks right here. That means the grille was originally horizontal. Look at these details. There's body filler here and here too. I really thought this was a rare model, but now it seems the previous owner modified it, replacing the grille with a vertical style one. You can see the filler is already cracking and coming off. So we'll have to restore it back to its original look. Let's do it together, brothers. We'll push the little Jeep out, set things up, and start the full disassembly. Even the steering wheel has to come off, otherwise the body shell won't come down properly. Everything must be completely dismantled, piece by piece. After more than an hour of work, we finally removed the body shell. Look underneath. It's all surface rust, but thankfully the panels themselves are solid. We'll clean and polish everything thoroughly. Now look at the chassis. Not a single rotten spot, but the engine is leaking oil everywhere. We can't tell exactly where it's coming from just by looking. So, since everything is apart anyway, we'll tear down the engine completely and do a full rebuild. There's so much oil sludge and grime inside. I wonder where all that oil came from. We'll keep you updated on the restoration of this 1960s Beijing Mini Jeep. My story with this old machine isn't over yet. After bringing it home, I thought for days, should I keep it in its original state or tear it down for a full restoration? After reading everyone's comments, many of you wanted to see it restored to its former glory. So I finally decided to completely rebuild it from the ground up. When I separated the body from the frame, I realized the shell wasn't bad at all, just some surface rust. But the engine was full of oil top and bottom. Good thing we removed the body, or we would never have seen this mess. Since we're going for a total restoration, let's open up the engine too and check everything carefully. Actually, minor oil leaks don't require a full teardown, but I'm worried there might be deeper issues inside. So we'll fully inspect, repair, and maintain it. I've always wanted to restore a Beijing Jeep, especially the classic 212 model, but I could never find one that truly satisfied me. And now, by sheer luck, I've found something even older, the Beijing Jeep 210 from the 1960s. I feel incredibly lucky, and seeing how many of you are excited to follow this restoration makes it even better. So from now on, I'll be working day and night to bring this 1960s Beijing Jeep back to life. I can't wait to see it run again and shine like it did decades ago. All right, brothers, no more talking. Let's pick up the pace and get it done. Good thing we drained all the old engine oil. Look at it. That dark yellow sludge. It's completely deteriorated. We'll have to replace all of it with fresh oil. Just by the look of it, I can tell the oil pan must be filthy inside. We'll take it off and inspect everything properly. And sure enough, I was right. Look at the bottom of the oil pan. It's full of sludge, metal debris, and grime. We'll clean every bit of it thoroughly. We'll also clean the oil filter screen and oil passages while we're at it. It looks like the oil was leaking from this area. Probably the valve cover gasket has gone bad. Well, let's remove the valve cover and take a look. Oh my goodness. Good thing we did. The whole inside is caked with oil sludge. Judging from this, the engine must have run a lot of hours in its lifetime, and the previous owner didn't maintain it properly, causing massive oil sludge and carbon buildup inside. Look at this. It's all carbon deposits. Many friends have asked me privately, how does carbon buildup form inside an engine? Well, it's caused by incomplete combustion of fuel during operation. Under high temperature, the unburned fuel turns into sticky residue, forming deposits over time. Too much carbon buildup can cause problems like engine vibration, higher fuel consumption, hard cold starts, and in severe cases even scoring of the cylinder walls or oil burning. This engine has a lot of carbon buildup, but luckily we caught it in time. The cylinders and pistons are still fine. It's mainly on the valves where buildup is heavy. We'll clean all of that off completely, and it'll be good as new. Honestly, cleaning carbon buildup is such a satisfying job. Watching all that gunk come off bit by bit and
restoring the metal surfaces to their original clean state, it really gives you that deep sense of accomplishment and joy. After a full day of hard work, we finally cleaned every single part of this engine, inside and out, completely spotless. All the carbon buildup and grime inside have been thoroughly removed. Let me explain a bit. Actually, under normal driving conditions, it's perfectly normal for an engine to develop some carbon buildup over time. As long as you clean it regularly, it's nothing to worry about. But the method we used this time is the most thorough way to remove carbon. We disassembled the entire engine piece by piece, cleaned every component, and now everything looks brand new. Next, we'll spray a fresh coat of paint on the engine parts to protect them and make them look great again. All right, brothers, let's move on to the reassembly stage. Brothers, the new steel gaskets have finally arrived. Time to start assembling the engine. All right, everything's coming together nicely. Now we're at the final stage, but the old ignition wires aren't good anymore, so let's replace them with new ones. Okay, firing order. 1, 3, 4, 2. Got it. Let's give it a try. Start the engine. Crank it. Something's not right. Seems like the ignition wires are connected incorrectly. It's backfiring now. All right, let's adjust that. Reconnect the spark plug wires properly. Okay, try again. Crank it. Whoa, stop, stop, stop. What's going on here?
All right, it's working. No problem now. Turns out the spark plug wires were just connected in the wrong order at first, and the valves weren't sealing tightly. But after some tuning, everything's perfect. Engine's running smooth, brothers. Next step, we're gonna mount the engine back onto the frame. Let's keep pushing forward together. This little Beijing Jeep from the 1960s still has a lot of life in it. After bringing it back, the first thing we did was a complete teardown and restoration. Frame separated, engine rebuilt. And we're not done yet. The updates will keep coming.
After several days of non-stop hard work, we finally finished repairing the engine. Look at this. The top was completely covered in oil sludge and grime, but I've cleaned every bit of it spotless. Ever since I bought this little Beijing Jeep, I've been full of energy every single day, working from morning till night. Just can't wait to restore it to its former glory. My dream is to drive it off-road, go on adventures, and just enjoy the ride. Many of the bolts and screws on this old car were badly rusted from age. I had to remove them one by one, carefully, because even a small mistake could snap them right off. That's why the most important thing in restoring a classic car is patience. Spring really is the perfect season for restoration. Not too hot, not too cold, just right for wrenching and rebuilding. All right, enough talking. Let's pick up the pace and start disassembling it.
After a whole afternoon of hard work, we finally separated the chassis from the front and rear axles. Next, we'll use the forklift to lift it up and start the next stage of restoration. Let me tell you something pretty funny. This car actually had 4 tires of 4 different brands, and each one was worn out at a completely different level. There's really no better solution, so we'll just take them all off and replace them with brand new tires. Step by step, this old Jeep is getting closer to its revival.
Brothers, we finally got 4 vintage 650/16 LT tires for this beauty. We'll mount them soon. These are old stock originals, specially chosen to keep the car's authentic vintage feel. After a few hours of hard work, the tires are all fitted perfectly. If you really love classic cars, you've got to start from the smallest details. Every screw, every spring plate needs to be restored and polished. Only then can you achieve that flawless, pure originality that truly brings history back to life. After a whole afternoon of hard work, I finally finished grinding down the front and rear axles until they were spotless. Next, I still need to scrape off the thick layers of grease and sludge, bit by bit. It's really a boring and time-consuming process, but at the same time, so satisfying. So, let's turn up a more passionate song, get in the groove, and speed things up. Here's the result of these past few days. The front axle, rear axle, and the entire chassis have all been freshly painted. Next up, assembly begins. Brothers,
The brand new engine mounts have finally arrived, and the front shock absorbers were no good anymore. So we're swapping in 2 fresh dampers for that smooth ride. On top of that, we're replacing every single rubber bushing across the car with new ones, making sure every part fits tight and runs just like new. Haha, let's keep the energy high. Let's keep wrenching and make this little Beijing Jeep shine again.
All right, after several days of hard work, we finally finished the engine and chassis. Next up, it's time to work on the body. Let's keep pushing, everyone. My story with this old car isn't over yet. After a few more days of effort, the frame and undercarriage have been completely restored, and the engine is now mounted back in place. Now, it's time to take care of the body shell. When this Jeep first arrived, the front grille had already been modified by the previous owner. Since we've decided to fully restore this 1960s Beijing Jeep, we must return every part to its original look. You can see the grille is covered with a thick layer of body filler, and the previous craftsman really had some skills. All the welds were done with gas welding and copper joints. It's impressive. You almost couldn't tell it was modified. Now, we're carefully cutting away each added grille bar while keeping the original structure intact. Finally, one bar is off. Let's keep cutting. Once all the modified sections are removed, we'll grind down the weld spots and rebuild the grille based on the original factory measurements.
After a long, frustrating day, we finally tried it on, and it fits perfectly. The size is just right. Once we finish welding it in place, it's all set. After a full day of hard work, the front grille of this 1960s Beijing Jeep is finally restored to its original state. Looking at it now, the overall effect is really impressive. Next, we'll completely remove rust and restore the entire body shell. Polishing all long surfaces, sanding down any filler areas, reinforcing all ribbed sections where needed. The entire body, inside and out, will be polished, rust-free, and prepped. Then we'll apply epoxy primer, followed by anti-rust paint. At the same time, all other parts of the car are sprayed with primer and then finished with top coat. Now that the body and all components are fully painted, it's finally time to start assembly. After more than 20 days of work, the assembly begins, and I really can't wait to get this Jeep running again. I'm sure you guys watching are just as excited to see this classic car fully restored, so let's speed things up and get to it. After a long struggle, we finally reconnected the body shell to the chassis. Next up, we'll install all the screws, wiring, and every little detail across the car, making sure everything is perfectly in place. Step by step, this 1960s Beijing Jeep is coming back to life. People passing by, hey, this horn sounds amazing, really nice. Next, we'll install the headlights and turn signals, making sure everything is properly fitted and working. The Jeep is getting closer and closer to full restoration.
The original rear seats. Wow, the leather is severely deteriorated and cracked. Brothers, the original leather is just too damaged, so we decided to replicate it one-to-one based on the original design. The quality of the original was really impressive, so we're reinstalling the newly restored seats. Restoring an old car is like this. Solve one problem and another pops up. It's a constant back and forth, which can be really frustrating. Take the seats, for example. You have to adjust them repeatedly for height, angle, and comfort, tweaking everything until it's perfect. Many friends have been asking me to speed up the restoration, but honestly, restoring classic cars requires patience and attention to detail, not speed. For example, the original steering wheel was old and cracked. After a lot of searching, we finally found an original stock wheel, and after installing it, just look at the effect.
Brothers, after over a month of non-stop effort, this 1960s Beijing Jeep is finally restored. Let's take a look and give it a test drive. Here's how this Jeep looked when it first arrived. The exterior was battered, some parts were rusted and cracked, and the surface was covered in rust. Honestly, I really love that original, untouched look. But many fans messaged me asking to see what it looked like when it was new. I thought about it and decided it's important to listen to everyone's suggestions because all of you clearly love this Jeep as much as I do. So I made the decision to fully restore it to its original glory. After over a month of hard work, it's finally in this state today. My story with this old Jeep isn't over yet, and there's more to come.